Hello and welcome. So I'm going to have a look at the Times quick cryptic, which has been published on Friday the 22nd of November 2024. It's been set by Hurley, and Hurley can be difficult sometimes, but the last three solves I did by Hurley were 10 minutes, 16 minutes with an error, and 10 minutes. So I was kind of hoping that this is going to be a quick one. Now, this isn't going to be a live solve because I've actually done my live solve earlier, and it kind of went very well to a point. I got all but three clues in 8.5 minutes, and then I spent the next 8.5 minutes to finish off. Really, took me 18 minutes 10. So this isn't live because, and the reason it's not live is that when I came and checked the audio was crackling horribly. It was unlistenable, and I have actually had to reboot the PC and all that stuff to get back to a point where it works. So I'm going to talk it through as I went through it, though, just to give you an idea of how it kind of evolved. And you aren't going to be tortured by having to watch me 8 minutes of stumbling on my last two clues. So I'm going to reset the timer anyway and then crack on. So one across, ostentatiously perform, maybe leading to booze. What? So this was my last clue. Finish that one. Advantage garnered by landed gentry. Looked at that one. Edge. An edge is an advantage, and hidden in there is edge. So garnered is taken as a hidden word. Encountered aluminium. So I went met for encountered. Aluminium's AL. That's an example. Metal is an example of that. Choice era for feathers. I went okay. So age is an era. We had plum the other day as being choice. Plumage is what feathers are. More than anything else, poet's first plain lyric recollected. So I looked at that and thought, okay, we've got P, and then we've got a plain lyric is an anagram, and actually those letters probably ends in Cali. And then I kind of looked at the word a bit more and came to the conclusion actually it must be principally. Not getting deserved praise, a French paper, so an un for French, a French. Paper, well, no one good. Good there. Paper to go in there. Not getting deserved praise is unsung, and the Sun is a newspaper. Great excitement in fairground game. So couldn't think of any fairground games. 6 letters, moved on. Friendly reception from this lot I pay, unfortunately. Again, thought maybe unfortunately he's telling us there's an anagram in there of this lot I pay, but left it to unravel later. After musical work not completed, advanced money being rich. So I kind of thought after that, probably Lent is advanced. Can't think what the rest of it is. Current agreement, perfect, went in like that. Just went current agreement, perfect, ideal. It's an old chestnut. So current is I. I think that's the scientific notation. That if you're writing a scientific paper or something, I would represent current, and agreement is a deal. Gosh, that's not half a made-up story. I kind of thought about tales and sagas, but couldn't work that out. And then criminal in the end, bringing worry, I hesitate to say. Again, this was my second to last clue in. Struggled on this one as well. I hesitate is probably an IER. Wasn't too sure. So not a bad first look on the acrosses. On the downs we then had house in home counties north of motorway. Well, there's my motorway. I was thinking about the M1, and the southeast. Home counties is the southeast. Couldn't figure out that clue though for some reason, so I went to this one. Powerful organisations, wretched cop outs. Could see probably we've got an anagram of cop outs. We've got the TPS there. Wretched is an anagram indicator, and therefore a powerful organisation is an octopus. It's got its tentacles into lots of things. Long clue here. Invoice topping island anger. Who could afford it? So looking at those letters I had in place, an invoice is a bill, and then I kind of got a bit stuck. Island is an I, and then kind of what fits in there for a while, and then I went, maybe it's a billionaire. So ire is anger, and squash between Bill and ire is Iona, which is one of the I think that's what it's one of the Scottish islands. Look, take steps to include supper regularly. So supper is Supper regularly made me think, okay, we're looking for alternate letters because we've got a P here, so we've got the UPR, UPR. That didn't look very likely, so then I looked at the other version of that, which would be the S, the first, third, and fifth letters. Give me that, and I thought, oh, maybe that's aspect, but couldn't see why it was aspect because it could be an aspect maybe, so I left that. I'm going to put it now anyway, and basically we want to put act. Act is to, if you take steps you act, and that goes around SPE, gives you an aspect, so the look of something is its aspect. Sketch, drawl, and ultimately novel, so take the last letter of novel, and a way of communicating is a drawl. I mean, it's a bit of a strange one, but looking at those letters, probably got every routine all week long, so yeah, every day. So something's an everyday household item, it's very routine, and if you're doing something all week long, it's every day. Middle of June is the so middle of June, literally the middle letters of June. Concept beginning of P is a prom, and then looking at the rest of that, I perform, and then that was probably an ISNG, I sing, and then this is literally how I solved the clue, was then went, little hope of success, yes, that's what I'm promising. And likewise I got over here and went Greek character, so that's either moo or nu, more likely to be moo. Quiet is sh, which makes me think it's going towards mushroom. Space to grow rapidly is, yep, a space is a room, and to grow rapidly is to mushroom. Vote for men to enter physical training as punishment. So I had a look at this one, got a little bit like, okay, men is probably going there, can't quite work out. Vote for men to enter physical training as punishment. Put men in there, can't see what the rest is though. So I moved on from there to look at part of Roman tradition that's repeated often. Couldn't really think of any Roman traditions particularly, couldn't think of things that are repeated often, and then I thought maybe it is a hidden word in there because that T, so I had a scrounge around, found mantra hidden in there. Mantra, and you repeat mantras often. Encouragement over time to move faster, so time is going to be a T. I couldn't think what that'd be. Encouragement over time to move faster. Moved on from that. Insulting remark. So low. Upset rector initially. So initial letters. Just put so low. Upset rector. The initial gives a slur, which is an insulting remark. So as a first pass, which took me just over 5 minutes earlier, that was pretty good. Still couldn't get that one. Went down. Got that one. So this one here I had another look at, because, well, I went down here maybe, not sure where I went actually, but musical work is an opus, but it's not complete, so take the S off opus, gives you opulent, which is rich. This here, so then I went down here, I think, had a look at this one again. Gosh, that's not a half made up story, so gosh, I eventually came to the idea of my, and that's not half, so myth. Myth is a made-up story, and that's not half, so just take the th of myth. So then I could look here and think, encouragement over time. So there's the T for time. Encouragement move faster is a spurt, isn't it? So now I had the opportunity to have a look at this one here. Friendly reception from this lot I pay, unfortunately. I actually had to write out the letters, and with a bit of scrambling, probably there's a Y in there to anagram. Thought maybe the Y goes on the end, and eventually came to the conclusion that was hospitality. Hospitality. Made this one look a little bit easier. A vote for men. So vote. I thought I men, and physical training is PE, or in this case PT. Physical training, PT. So this became very nice, because great excitement in a fairground game can only really be hoopla, which is double definition. So great excitement is hoopla, and a fairground game is hoopla. So that left me my three I couldn't do. So let's have a look at this one. This is, okay, after a while, this is my second last one, and eventually I alphabet trawled, because I was thinking, well, daughter and laughter fit in there. It's probably going to be an ER for hesitation, but what goes in the front? Eventually my alphabet trawl gave me G, ANGSTR. Gangster is a criminal. I had to pass this one's post-solve, and what we've got is, in the end, bringing. So we've got the last letter of bringing is a G here. Then we've got worry is angst, and then I hesitate to say is so that's gangster. This is my third last one in, and it was as simple as I said originally, really, which is the home counties is the southeast, and the motorway is the M1, which is semi-detached house. So that just left me this one to struggle through. Ostentatiously perform maybe leading to booze what, and I was kind of thinking, well, leading to booze is a be there, so therefore what needs something after there, meaning what. Anyway, eventually I somehow managed to realise that maybe actually it's just showboat, and what we've got there I'll just tell you before the well, I'll tell you, is it's an anagram of booze what, and maybe leading to is telling us to anagram that, and ostentatiously perform is to showboat. So there we go. Um, Saying it's 9:35 this time, it should have been 9:35 last time, really. But it ended up being 18 minutes 10, which I was a bit disappointed with, to say the least. But hopefully you've got a solve here that you can listen to, as opposed to the crackly, horrible one that I did earlier. So um, there's the puzzle again. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that.